We begin with breaking news in Roy, where crews are investigating a small plane crash in the middle of a residential neighborhood. We're told that plane clipped one townhome before hitting the ground.
This all happened near 18th West and 50th South in Roy. You can see on the map that's about 2 miles south of the Ogden-Hinckley Airport, the same area where there have been several small plane crashes over the past year. We know of at least 3 others that we've covered.
Fox 13's Lauren Steinbrecher is at the scene of the crash right now. Lauren, what have you learned?
All right, so we just heard from police right now, and what they're telling us is that there was a man who is in his 60s who was on the plane when it crashed into this set of townhomes right here at the end of this set of townhomes. They say he was only taking an 11-minute flight from Bountiful Airport to Ogden Airport, and in fact, people saw his landing gear out. He wasn't very far from the runway, but they said something went wrong with the plane. His wing ended up clipping the roof of the end of the townhomes here. The plane crashed onto the ground. From there, witnesses say that they saw an explosion. Everything turned into a ball of fire, and that the pilot of that plane passed away. Now, at this point, we're not, they haven't released the name of the pilot yet. Not sure if this is his plane that he was flying, but again, a really short flight that he was on, and he was just about to land. So right now, police don't really know what went wrong with this flight. The NTSB should be arriving here right about now to start their investigation. They say this is going to be closed off for hours this evening while they kind of put everything together. You know, one silver lining with this, the fact that this crashed into a townhome complex. This crashed into a home. Nobody was home at the time. Thankfully, nobody else was hurt in this townhome complex, but police have mentioned this is, the 3rd or 4th crash that has happened in this area in the last few years. So certainly kind of a concerning statistic there. But again, thankful that nobody else was injured as a result of this crash this afternoon. Live in Roy, Lauren Steinbrecher, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Utah Students Against Gun Violence announced new grades they've awarded to state lawmakers. They focused on who supported gun violence legislation and who didn't. Fox
13's Haley Higgins joining us live from Utah's Capitol Hill. And Haley, many of these teams can't even vote yet.
No, they can't right now, but they will become of age in time for the November election, and they want other teens like them to know who they're voting for and why.
The Parkland shooting in Florida that killed 17 people and hurt 17 more traumatized West High's Anthony Telenitis.
I was having a really difficult time going to school.
He and the coalition called March for Our Lives Utah looked at gun violence legislation in 2019. Today, they released their gun safety voting records of Utah lawmakers.
Because, we represent such a large percentage of the next demographic of voters, we have the ability to really change the direction and start to really accelerate change.
The majority of lawmakers received a C or D grade.
What we want to see is more data, a little less emotion.
While applauding the teens for getting involved, gun advocate Clark Aposhian says they're not showing the whole picture.
Just because this group doesn't agree with their votes doesn't mean they voted wrong.
Representative Lee Perry is one of 6 lawmakers who got an F grade. He chairs the House Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Committee and says some lawmakers appear to be unfairly targeted. He argues a fellow lawmaker voted the same as he did and got a C. Representative Perry tells Fox 13, quote, "I stand on my reputation for fairness and public safety legislation that looks out for the safety and security of people in Utah. I have a strong record of defending the constitutional Second Amendment rights of the citizens I represent in the state of Utah." The students argue these grades are a starting point for legislators to pursue gun safety solutions. More grades will be given out after the 2020 session.
And to take a look at the scorecard and dig into the methodology behind it, head on over to fox13now.com. Reporting live on Capitol Hill, Haley Higgins, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Haley, thank you. In Utah County, train traffic is running again after a man was hit and killed by a front runner train today. UTA says it happened at about 11:30 this morning at about 8:20 north, 2340 west in Provo. That's between the Orem and Provo front runner stations. Investigators believe the man was in his late 30s or early 40s and that he stepped in front of the train on purpose. Riders had to use a bus bridge until the scene was cleared.
And in Weber County, firefighters are investigating a massive fire that spread from a garage to a house. Firefighters from Weber, Northview, and Ogden were dispatched at 7:30 this morning to a home at 360 West, 2400 North in Harrisville. When firefighters got there, the garage was up in flames. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt, but firefighters estimate up to $150,000 in damages. Multiple residents, businesses, and schools were affected by an early morning water main break in Midvale. Public Works teams were on site at 8000 South and State Street around 8:45 this morning. The break caused low water pressure or no water at all to numerous homes and businesses in that area.
We're not sure the extent of where the low pressure is, but there are a lot of low pressure areas because this is the main transmission main.
And classes were canceled for the day at Copperview Elementary, Midvale Elementary, and Midvale Middle School as a result of this break.
Well, I guess it's not going to be uncommon for us to see water main breaks, especially when we've got a freeze-thaw cycle going on right now.
That's for sure. We definitely found yesterday, due to the cold front, temperatures freezing. It's been cold today, but we're warming back up. It's definitely, as we look towards tomorrow, a thawing situation across most of the state. Right now, a few high clouds moving through northern Utah, mostly cloudy skies. But from these clouds, we're not seeing any showers. But as I mentioned, temperatures, it's chilly out there. 20s to 30s from Ogden down through Salt Lake City. Currently 35 degrees in Lehigh, 32 in Provo. We actually found, at least across most of the Wasatch Front, afternoon highs slightly below normal. 20s and teens from Colville over towards Park City. We're in the low 20s right now in Vernal, mid-20s in Moab. Still fairly nice towards at least St. George, as we've got temperatures in the 50s. Now, those clouds moving through northern Utah, high level moisture. This is getting pushed ahead of our next storm system, but we'll keep the showers at bay. No concern here for the rest of the afternoon into the evening, as we'll be looking at mostly cloudy skies, but pushing away the clouds as we look by tonight. Overnight lows dipping down once again in the 20s. Now, I mentioned that next storm. When does it get here and how much snow are we expecting? I'll let you know coming up.
All right, Breck, thank you. If you have an emergency in Summit County, there is a new option for contacting 911. Text messaging.
Fox 13's John Franke is at the Summit County Sheriff's Office to explain how this new technology could be a lifesaver.
The Communications Center here has just installed next generation 911 technology. Text your emergency, it pops up on a dispatcher's screen, but there is information they'll need to know in order to help you.
Copy that, prepare for aerial operations on Kilby Road.
Okay, where are you?
For years,
I can send the fire department out there to check on you.
calling 911 and speaking to a dispatcher has been the only way to communicate a need for help.
Is it 1485?
But that old school method of communication has some company in Summit County.
They simply put 911 in the to field.
Now people can send a text to 911.
In the text field, you actually will put in the location of where you're needing help and then describe what it is that you need.
Dispatchers can have a text conversation with anyone experiencing an emergency. The technology aids people who are deaf or hard of hearing. It's also a priceless tool for those in a spot where making the slightest sound is unsafe.
For example, domestic violence, if they are in a situation where they can't make noise, or if someone were to break into their house, they can quietly text our 911 dispatcher.
Here are the things you need to know. The system can't accept photos or videos yet. Group text won't work either, and you'll need to have a text or data plan.
We ask people that when they do that, they put in very clear and concise wordings.
Calling 911 is still the preferred and fastest method of communication. The new system also includes upgraded location services to help first responders find people when they're at their most vulnerable.
We're able to pinpoint where these people are.
All these big advancements in tech, more tools for dispatchers to help save lives.
It makes people safer because we can get there quicker.
This technology is made possible by a tax you pay on your cell phone bill. In Summit County, John Franke, Fox 13 News, Utah.
We're continuing to follow breaking news of a deadly plane crash in Roy. Details on this story are developing by the moment. We're working to get more information right now, and we'll have an update in just a few minutes.
Plus, the House has finally approved a resolution to send the articles of impeachment across the Capitol. We'll break down what happens next in the Senate.
The Simpsons, weeknights on Fox 13.
Get more and save more in a new Honda from your Utah Honda dealers. More tech, more safety, and more savings. You're sure to fall in love with this all-new Honda lineup. The more you compare, the more you know you want a Honda. Go to UtahHondaDealers.com.
The Turkey Del Taco is back. Made with fresh, hand-grated ingredients. Double the great tasting seasoned turkey and 40% less fat. Now get 2 for just $3. The Turkey Del Taco. One more way to eat well with Del.
In one of history's most catastrophic events, day turned to night as fire and ash fell from the sky. But what nature destroyed, it also preserved. Discover Pompeii, the exhibition.
Now open at the Leonardo. Get your tickets today.
On January 17th, the lights turn on at the Mountain America Exposition Center, and it's your opportunity to see all the new cars, new trucks, SUVs, exotics, and high-end luxury vehicles, all in one place at one time. The Utah International Auto Expo, the 17th through the 20th. Discounts available at utahautoexpo.com.
Weeks to the day the House impeached President Trump, the long standoff between the House and the Senate ended, and the Speaker has allowed a vote to send the 2 articles of impeachment forward.
Now Washington and the country waits to see how the Senate handles the impeachment trial. Fox's Lauren Blanchard looks ahead at what's coming next.
The resolution is adopted.
The House voting to send the articles of impeachment to the Senate.
It's not personal. It's not political. It's not partisan. It's patriotic.
There were no GOP defections, and Republicans say this backs up their claims the process is partisan.
Madam Speaker, when Americans look back on this sad saga, they will see a rigged process that forever damaged the remedy of impeachment.
Earlier in the day, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi named her team of impeachment managers. In the lead, Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler. They will make the House's case to senators that the president abused his power in dealings with Ukraine and then obstructed Congress as they investigated. The articles will also include new additional documents related to an associate of Rudy Giuliani.
The only remedy is the conviction and removal from office of President Donald Trump.
On Thursday, the Senate will be formally presented with the articles and impeachment managers, then swear in Chief Justice John Roberts.
The Senate was designed to stabilize our institutions. House Democrats may have descended into pure factionalism, but the United States Senate must not.
However, Tuesday next week is the real day to watch.
A fair trial means that the prosecutors making the case and the President's counsel providing the defense have all the evidence available. That means relevant witnesses. That means relevant documents.
Once the trial begins, it could run 6 days a week, beginning after 1 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Saturday, for as long as needed. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
The state of Utah is creating a massive new government complex here in Taylorsville. We'll take you on a tour.
In winter, we like to just stay inside. We don't. We like to run towards winter. There is a winter festival. I've got a preview for you. It's in the East Canyon State Park.
Fox tonight. Don't miss the series critics are calling glorious, breathtaking, and irresistible.
It's time to find you some love and romance.
It's something close to magic.
It's going to be epic.
Dancing its way into America's heart.
Matchmaker for the win.
Jenna Dewan hosts Flirty Dancing, all new tonight on Fox.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. For all your car's big O no's, there's always a big O yes. Right now, buy 3 get 1 free on select sets of 4 tires with paid installation purchase. Big O tires.
At Speedway, we're always looking out for you. That's why we invest in industry-leading technology like our fast and secure pumps. Equipped with state-of-the-art card readers, with the latest advances in credit card security to keep your information safe at thousands of Speedway locations. Which means when you fill up here, you know Speedway's got your back. So you can get what you need and get on your way. Official fuel of IndyCar.
It's spelled out loud and clear. Washington gridlock's costing us.
in sky-high drug prices. So Ben McAdams worked with both parties and passed a bill to stop price gouging and let Medicare negotiate lower prescription prices for all Americans. The AARP said Ben's plan will help lower drug prices and out-of-pocket costs. Ben McAdams knows you have to work together to get things done. Thank him for working to lower drug prices.
Whether your car has small tires, big tires, tires that go fast, tires with extra grip, or tires that just get you from here to there, they can be an unexpected expense. Don't wait any longer. At Big O Tires, we have no credit needed financing available. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Welcome back and taking a look at weather now. You know, outside it looks like a movie backdrop. It's so blue, the mountains, fresh with snow.
The benefits of a snowstorm, right? After the storm leaves.
But wait 5 minutes and...
You know, driving through it, no fun. Yeah. And we're going to see another storm rolling through, which poses some concerns for another commute time frame. We'll talk about that in just a few moments, but let's enjoy what we have right now across the state, where for southern Utah, as you have been enjoying all week long, sunny skies, temperatures in the 50s. That's where we're at right now, 51 degrees in St. George. Winds are light. Tomorrow, though, those winds will be picking up. A few clouds, though, as we move throughout the afternoon into the early evening hours along the Wasatch Front, but a start and a sunny start across most of northern Utah. It's been chilly, though. Yesterday's cold front bringing that cooler northwesterly flow, allowing temperatures to remain throughout most of the afternoon into the 30s. Winds light currently. I mentioned the winds, not much of a factor right now. Calm across eastern Utah. Sustained winds both for northern and southern Utah, 5 to 10 miles per hour. But let's take a look at our future wind casts. As we go from today through tomorrow afternoon, we start picking up those winds sustained, at least along the Wasatch Front, anywhere between 10 to 25 miles per hour. Notice the wind direction mainly out of the south. Good indication that's happening due to a storm that's going to be rolling through. It gets here early Friday morning. You can see by the morning commute on Friday morning, the wind direction changing, at least along the Wasatch Front, remains fairly strong across south, central into southeastern Utah as that cold front moving through the state. And then looks like we'll see some improvements once we get through Friday afternoon. So that's one noticeable difference as we look towards tomorrow. The wind's much more of a factor. And as we look at that storm coming through on Friday, National Weather Service getting us ready with a winter advisory that will be in place Friday morning early, just after midnight until Friday mid-morning, at least along the Wasatch Front. Looks like it'll extend a little bit later, though, for the mountains, as the focus will be, again, mainly across northern into central Utah with the snow accumulations. But you're going to see some activity across the south. We'll update you on those numbers come tomorrow. But for the Wasatch Mountains right now, as we look at that storm, again hitting mainly Friday morning through Friday afternoon, 6 to 12 inches for the mountains. So beneficial snow. A lot of powder lining up as we head into the weekend. Wasatch back 4 to 8 inches. Most of the Wasatch Front through the northern valleys, we're looking at a 2 to 4 inch range as that storm, very similar to what we found yesterday. Remember yesterday afternoon it kind of hit. It hit hard in some spots and quickly moved on. But in the morning, temperatures will be colder, sticking to the roads. It's going to be slippery and slushy for your Friday morning commute. Right now, it's just high clouds across northern Utah. No concerns, as we'll still keep the showers away as we move through Thursday, kicking up those winds. That's our next storm system right there. Again, the timing of it early in the morning commute and lingering on until the early afternoon hours. Tonight, though, we'll be calling for partly cloudy skies across northern Utah, clear across the south. We've got temperatures in the 20s. For tomorrow, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies across northern Utah. Late in the day, though, we can still see some showers across southeastern Utah briefly. Southwestern Utah, you're enjoying the sunshine. But with those south winds, temperatures look to be warmer, close to 50 degrees in Salt Lake City, upper 40s in Provo, 50s in Cedar City, and again, near 60 degrees in St. George, where as that front hits, it's going to bring a chance of some rain showers for St. George, dropping the temperatures in the 40s, rebounding into the 50s, though, Saturday and Sunday. Looks like it'll remain clear as we head into next week. Northern Utah, that storm hits Friday morning, and then it's clearing off nicely by Saturday, Sunday. We're hanging on to some clouds, though. It will be cooler. And then another storm, not until Tuesday and Wednesday, so we get at least 3 days where we don't see the activity. Air quality could be a little bit of a concern, but by next week, hopefully with some additional storms, we'll mix things out quite nicely. But just get ready for that Friday morning storm.
Thanks, Brad. There has been a big jump in signatures for a referendum on the legislature's tax overhaul bill.
The Lieutenant Governor's office reports more than 25,000 signatures have been verified. Now, that's up from 11,000 the day before. It could be in part to Harmon's and Associated Food stores allowing signature gathering in their grocery stores in Utah.
The referendum is challenging the legislature's tax bill that gave Utahns a $160 million income tax cut. But it also hiked the sales tax on groceries and gas and imposed new taxes on some services. Referendum backers have to gather 116,000 signatures by Monday to put this issue on the November ballot.
Work is underway on a new state government building in Taylorsville.
And when it's done, it will create a massive new government complex. Fox 13's Ben Winslow has the story that you'll only see here.
Behind me, this is the American Express Service Center in Taylorsville, but by the end of this month, it's going to be a massive government building. Today, we got a tour. Construction is underway on the new state office building in Taylorsville. The state purchased the American Express Service Center just off I-215 and is in the process of converting it into a multi-agency building.
We'll move into our new space.
It looks like no other government building. It's brighter and more modern, designed to resemble that of some tech companies.
Just like every other employer, we have concerns about recruitment and retention, and this is what people expect in a modern work environment today.
As the state pushes more telecommuting, the office building was designed with that in mind.
It's just a better use of space. So this keeps us from having to build new buildings.
The state bought it for about $30 million. By the time work is done, it'll have cost about $100 million. The state estimates new buildings would cost taxpayers about $365 million. It also represents a shift in philosophy for the state as agencies leave Capitol Hill for the suburbs. When it's done, it will be part of a big government complex stretching down 2700 West to the Cal Rampton building.
Who do you serve? How can we get you closer to the people that you serve?
Concerns have been raised that consolidating so many agencies into one area makes them a target. Emails obtained by Fox 13 under a public records request show Utah's Division of Emergency Management also expressed worries about a fault line near the building. Utah's Department of Administrative Services says those have been taken into account.
This fault line was really studied before we purchased this building.
When it's done, the building will have a daycare inside, and there are plans for a state-run liquor store nearby. Some state agencies start moving in this weekend.
It's a good deal for the citizens of Utah.
The building will be fully occupied by the state of Utah by the end of this year. In Taylorsville, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Still to come, Provo police have a warning about certain types of raccoons. What they want you to know if you happen to come across one.
And he lost his life defending our freedom. Today, the family of a fallen soldier from Logan receives an incredible gift.
Shop the outlet inside RC Willey for clearance savings on closeouts and discontinued items.
The preseason blowout sale is happening right now at Paris RV. A 2020 Bushwhacker with an off-road package, only $98.88 or $119 a month, zero down. The 2020 Salem 177 BQ Bunkhouse, only $14,923 or $159 a month, zero down. Or even the 2020 Gulfstream BT Cruiser 5210, fully self-contained motorhome, only $61,778 or $450 a month, zero down. Don't wait to pay more in the spring. The best deals are happening right now at Paris RV.
It's the year-end sale at Mattress Firm. Hurry in to save up to $400 in America's best-selling brands. Plus, for a limited time, take home a free adjustable base when you spend just $4.99. Hurry in, your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
We switched. I switched to Chevy. I switched for more room. We switched.
Why do we switch?
For adventure. For this.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
I'm never switching back.
Current competitive owners can use Auto Show Cash to get $3,750 total cash allowance on most Blazer models. Plus, eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
America isn't just sick of Donald Trump. America's getting sicker. There are 1 million more uninsured Americans every year under Trump, and he's repeatedly tried to repeal Obamacare. Mike Bloomberg will make sure everyone without health coverage can get it, and everyone who likes theirs, keep it, while capping fees to lower costs. As mayor, he helped expand coverage to 700,000 more people and champion women's reproductive health. As president, he'll give access to everyone.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
We rely on the internet more than ever, so why not get the most out of it? Introducing faster download speeds on Xfinity Internet tiers and a smarter, more secure home Wi-Fi network. Plus, you can get Xfinity Flex, a personalized streaming dashboard that puts all your favorites in one place. Unleash the power of Xfinity Internet and get more value than ever. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started for $29.99 a month for 12 months and add a Flex 4K streaming device on us. Click, call, or visit a store today.
The reinvented Tempur-Breeze by Tempur-Pedic is at Mattress Firm. Experience the next level cooling and maximum pressure relief of these luxury beds. Plus, get $300 in bonus cash towards your choice of sleep accessories. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
In your Money Watch, America's biggest banks are seeing rising profits.
At JP Morgan Chase, profits jumped 21% in just the fourth quarter to just over $8.5 billion. Citigroup's profits rose 15% to just shy of $5 billion in the fourth quarter. The improved profits came despite interest rate cuts that made lending less profitable.
Teledentistry company Smile Direct Club says it plans to compete directly with Align Technology. That's the company that makes Invisalign. Smile Direct Club now says it will start selling braces directly to orthodontists and dentists. Until now, it sold straight to patients. That has come under fire by orthodontists who say a doctor should monitor the process of straightening teeth.
If you plan to look for a new job this year, consider getting into the technology field. Career site Glassdoor just released its annual list of the best jobs. 7 out of the top 10 were in technology. Front-end engineer topped the list. That's basically a web developer who designs the look and feel of a website. They report the median base salary for a front-end engineer is $105,000 a year. Healthcare jobs also scored well. Speech pathologist ranks number 8 and nursing manager is number 11 on the list.
For the first time in history, the Dow closed above 29,000 points, attributed to the signing of a U.S.-China trade deal. The Dow gained 91 points to finish at 29,030. The Nasdaq gained 7 and the S&P rose 6.
We are following breaking news in Roy, where crews are on the scene of a deadly plane crash. Fox 13's Lauren Steinbrecher is learning more right now, and we'll have an update in just a few minutes.
And the investigation continues in Ogden after police found a man and a woman dead in their home late last night. I'm Aaron Cox, and you'll hear from neighbors about what they think happened.
It's a new type of pain relief for that time of the month. How a group of girls from BYU are launching women's needs into the 21st century, one cramp-relieving band at a time.
An important show. We're talking the opioid epidemic and how you can help.
The Place, Thursday at 1.
Everyone's favorite Chili Verde is back at Costa Vida. Get it in a burrito, on your enchiladas, or even on your nachos. It's authentic, it's comforting, and when it's here, everything just feels better. Chili Verde is back at Costa